Hi, my name is Rhea.
And my name is Mike Lance. Hi, Rhea. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
And we're live from Aventura, Florida.
And this is our third series of programs, and we are doing a program on how to
Deal.
educate the sighted public to deal with blind people and partially sighted people. Rhea, I have a question. How did we meet?
All right. Well, I was at the Olive Garden and I was with a girlfriend of mine, and she said to me, "Hey, this blind guy just walked in." And I noticed that you sat down and you were smiling and you were looking around and saying hi to everybody, and no one was talking to you.
Right.
And I just couldn't, for the life of me, understand what is wrong with people. And then you kind of turned in my direction. I think you must have felt me somehow. And you said, "Hi." And, and I said, "Hello."
Well, I could tell you were there and you were talking to your friend, and I said, "Hi, Rhea. Hi, how are you?" And you said, "Fine." I said, "What's your name?" And you said, "Rhea." I remember specifically.
And then we started talking, and since then, that was 2 years ago, we've had a beautiful friendship.
Right.
But when I got up to talk to Michael, I don't know, something in my head said, "Rhea, you have to do something to educate sighted people on blindness."
Right. In fact, that's what we're here to do. We're here to educate the sighted people to learn how to deal with blind and partially sighted people. I'm not Dracula, and I'm just a person that is blind and does things the same way that sighted people do, actually a little differently, but I still do things.
Yeah, and so I want all of you people out there, if a blind person is talking to you, please have the respect to answer.
Right.
And again, if you are talking to a blind person and you decide to get up and leave,
Say you're leaving. Don't do the following. Don't leave, let's say, the table and think that someone is still there, and I do my newest thing where I talk to the chair and the chair won't answer because the people have already left.
and that is so disrespectful. It
Right.
truly is. So just remember out there, you people, if you're talking to a blind person and you leave, just let them have the courtesy to tell them, "Hey, I'm leaving," so they don't talk to the empty chair.
Oh, you know what? I can't stand when people come up to me and they say, "Hi, Mike, how are you? Who am I?" I say, "Oh, I don't play guessing games." Or if people come up to me and they grab me by my shirt and they start leading me by my shirt or my shoulders, I say, "Wait a minute, let's stop for a second. I'm not a shopping cart." When you walk with a blind person, you hold their arm like this, and then you walk with them. Because if you walk the other way holding their hand, you can bump into something. And I've had that happen.
So you hold the sighted person's arm so the sighted person is in front of you, more or less leading you.
Yes.
So steering you out of the way of whatever is there.
And when you meet a blind person, you don't say, "Oh, it's over there," or "It's that way." You say it's to your left or to your right. And when you go into a restaurant and you're eating food and they bring the food to you, you have them tell you what there is on the plate.
And where it is.
Yeah, and where it is. Well, with me, I can tell what's there by the smell of the food.
Okay.
Okay? And if you need your meat cut, you have someone cut your meat, or you tell them beforehand to have them cut the meat, please. Some blind people can cut meat okay, others can't. Remember, blind people come in all different shapes and sizes. And some blind people can do things, other blind people can't do things. And
Okay.
when you meet a blind person, you come up to them and say, "Hi, can I be of any assistance to you?" You might make a friend. And who knows, maybe if it's a woman, you might fall in love. There are so many lonely blind people out there that are looking for somebody.
So talking about looking for a woman, Michael, I understand that you're single
Yes,
and you're looking for a mate.
right, like I always say, I wouldn't mind going out on a blind date. I'll take the girl wherever she wants to go, but I will not drive. Not yet, at least.
Well, maybe you'll drive her crazy.
Yeah, but maybe one of these days, in a not too distant future, blind people will be able to drive a car.
Yeah, with a GPS system.
Yeah.
And if they're taught to. Okay, so what do you want to tell the women out there? You're single. What do you want to tell them about yourself?
Well, I like dining, dancing, bowling, traveling. I like talking about radio. I love old rock and roll radio from the 50s and 60s. And I love talking to people about whatever situation they're going through. I may not know the answers, but I'm a good listener. I like singing. And I just like being with people.
Okay, and I understand you have a Tuesday night program that you do on the telephone called The Blind Side of Living?
Yes, the blind side of living, where we talk about either blind issues or we talk about just open form where people can talk about anything that's on their mind. And I love doing it. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
And it's on what they call a conversation station.
Well, is there a some kind of a number you can tell people that are
Ye-
listening to this how they could tune into it on Tuesday night?
Yes, it's 712-432-6499. You press pound and then number 1, and the room number is 560 pound.
Okay, and that is every Tuesday at
8 o'clock, 8 to about 9. Maybe we end a little later because of the fact that there may be a good conversation going and people are interested. But I always say get involved because maybe you may make a friend. You never know.
You never know. And,
Yes.
And it isn't only for blind people, it's for whoever wants to tune in.
Right. And I really enjoy it.
Great. And you are really good at knowing all the radio stations.
Oh, yes, I grew up listening to radio. I miss the way radio used to be. I used to listen to WBZ in Boston, WMEX in Boston, WRKO when I lived in Boston. In Miami, it was WQAM, wonderful WQAM. Now it's Sports Radio 560 WQAM. WQAM was Tiger Radio. They were a rock station for years. In fact, it's interesting. I talk to people and I say to them, do you remember when WQAM was a rock station? They go, oh, really? I say, yeah, they were a rock station for years. Wow, I don't remember that. Shows you that we're getting old. Really. And I majored in broadcasting, always wanted to get into radio, but we'll talk about that in another segment.
And getting back to you looking for a mate, what are you looking for in a woman?
understanding, outgoing person that wouldn't mind being with a blind person, and the family of the mate wouldn't mind being with me. And I don't want the lady to feel that if she wants to go with me, I have to wear a pair of dark glasses because I'm happy the way I am. And that's the way I feel about it.
Wonderful. Okay, that's it for today's session. Anything else you want to add before we sign off?
Yes, I just want to say it's great to be on the program, and I really enjoy it very much. Keep up the good work, and you're doing a great job.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.